Hello? Hey, Tony, it's great to hear from you. I'm glad you called me back. AEW General Manager here, Deonte DDJ. There was something that I wanted to talk to you about, and it's, well, basically it was asking you a little bit of a favor. Okay. Yeah, no, I understand that you're a busy man. I get that. It's basically, I just wanted to ask if you could get New Japan Pro Wrestling on the phone. Is that something we could do? It is. Okay, great. Yeah, if you could get Gato on the phone. I've got a deal for him that I don't think he can refuse. Okay. Okay, no, that's perfect. Yeah, no, that's great. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'll see you soon. Alright, bye. Okay. Hello guys, welcome back to a brand new video and welcome to episode number 2 of my WWE 2K GM mode in All Elite Wrestling. That is right, we are back for yet another episode of the very popular series going by the first episode. And by the way, can I just say, you guys watching this video right now, whoever supported episode 1, you are insane. I mean, here I am thinking, okay, episode 1 of the AEWG GM mode, it's a pretty big thing. It'll do decently in the ratings, you know, maybe we'll get towards 2,000 views, you know, on the ratings goals and everything. You guys literally broke my ratings and like goal system. What? I legitimately cannot thank you guys enough for all the support on the first episode of this series. Like, I genuinely was blown away by how even still to this minute it is getting ratings, and the video's been out for what, a day? So clearly you guys are enjoying this series, and so I'm not going to deprive you of any more time of watching this series. So here we are back for another episode for you. With that being said, as I briefly mentioned a moment ago, you guys completely broke the ratings and like goals for the last episode, and so that means we got to make some new rules. And so if you happen to watch the first episode of the AEWG mode, then you know that the highest ratings view goal was 2,000 views or higher, and that was kind of just where we maxed it out because that's where I thought we were going to get. No, I was wrong. And so with that being said, here are the new ratings goals that we'll be adding into the series going forward. So 2,500 views gets me plus 65,000, 3,000 views gets me 80,000 plus onto the budget, 3,500 views gets me plus 95,000, 4,000 views is 110,000, and 4,500 views is a whopping 125 grand. And so essentially what I'm saying with these new ratings is that every plus 500 views that we get on these episodes going forward will be an extra 15 grand added to the budget, and we'll just keep going up in that kind of way. But now moving on to the new like rating goals for the AEWG mode, 250 likes will get me plus $40,000, 300 likes will get me plus 45,000, 350 likes will be plus 50,000, 400 likes will be plus 55 grand, 450 likes will be 60 grand, 500 likes will be plus 65 grand, and 550 likes will be plus $70,000. And I think with that being said, that is where I can safely leave the ratings at the moment, the ratings and like goals at that point. Unless you guys want to go ahead and surprise me and completely break the rating system again, then I wouldn't complain. If you guys are really enjoying this series, then you can go ahead and let me know with a like, and you know, keep viewing the video, sharing the video, getting the views and ratings higher so we can win the Wednesday night war. But now let's move on to arguably the most fun part of the intro here on this AEWG mode. It is time to look at the current budget and decide who we want to buy in today's episode. So something I failed to mention in the first episode is when the cutoff point is for the ratings and like goals, and that will be 3 days. Whenever an episode has been out for 3 days, we'll cut off the views and likes and we'll count them wherever they're at after 3 days, and that'll be how much we'll be adding onto the current budget in the next episode. And so even though it hasn't been 3 days since the first episode has been out, I feel like the series is doing so well right now that you guys clearly want to see an episode 2, and so I'm not going to go ahead and wait the 3 days on this specific occasion. But for future reference, we will probably wait 2 to 3 days to count up the ratings and just see where we're at. But right now, we're already at 4,000 views, which gets us plus $110,000 to the budget, and plus 500 likes, which gets us plus 65 grand, leaving our current budget at $175,000. So I imagine that now you're thinking, Deonte, who is the first person you are going to buy with this massive budget that you have earned back from the first episode? Who will be the first superstar you're adding to your AEW roster here in GM mode? Peter Avalon. Yes, I'm not joking. The librarian, Peter Avalon is the first person. Oh my god. I am being deadly serious. Peter Avalon only costs $1,000 on the roster, and I thought, you know what? To be completely transparent with you, we need jobbers. So, sorry, Peter. we need jobbers on this roster, to be honest. We can't have, like, Chris Jericho losing every week to someone. We need jobbers, and Peter Avalon, you know, you might get a win here in... Who am I kidding? He's never winning in a single match on my Dynamite. There's not a chance. Let me tell you this right now. If Peter Avalon ever wins a match on my AEW Dynamite, then hell has frozen over and Kane is coming to AEW Dynamite. Then you will know. Because to take something from Vince McMahon, there is no chance in hell that Peter Avalon is doing anything but being a complete loser on my Dynamite. But anyway, now moving on from that Peter Avalon slander, let's go ahead and discuss what I will be buying next for $25,000. It is, of course, the World Tag Team Championship. At this current time, I've decided I'm not buying a mid-card belt, the TNT Championship, or an Intercontinental Championship, or anything like that, mainly for creative reasoning. I just don't want to overbook my shows right now, but maybe down the line in season 2 or something, I'll buy that, but at the moment, I'm good. Moving on, you may have also noticed that I spent $30,000 on something in the intro of this episode, but I can't say anything about that just yet. I'm just working on something. I'm trying to get, you know, the calls through and everything, but right now, it's not complete yet. The deal is not complete, but soon you will know exactly what is going on. But right now, I just thought I'd tell you that I spent $30,000 out of the budget, and more on that later. Okay, so now I've spent $56,000 out of the current budget. Who do I want to buy next? I'm thinking here, you know, looking at these roster pages, you know what? I'm thinking I'm gonna buy Riho for $15,000 purely because I want to build up my women's division a little bit for Hikaru Shida, because right now there's only 2 women in that division. So thinking about it, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and lock that in. We're buying Riho for $15,000, okay? Because I'm a big fan of Riho and I want to see what I can do with her in this GM mode series. So yeah, there's an extra 15 grand gone. And to round things off here with the current budget and who will be buying at the start of episode 2, I'm gonna go ahead and spend 35 grand on Jurassic Express. I guess in a similar way to me buying Riho to build up the women's division, I want to buy the Jurassic Express to go ahead and build up the tag division a little bit, especially now that we have tag titles, and we'll slowly build up that tag division as we go along. And also, by the way, I can't believe no one noticed this in the comments or anything. Literally no one has gone ahead and noticed this until I noticed it. Whether it be a simulation recently or the AEWG mode episode 1, I've been calling the Jurassic Express the Lucha Express, and I don't really know why. I guess it's because Luchasaurus exists and I'm kind of just mixing the names up, like Lucha Express, Lucha Brothers. I don't know, there's a lot of Lucha stuff going on in AEW, and so for some reason I called them the Lucha Express in the last couple of videos. They are the Jurassic Express and they are officially a part of my AEW Dynamite. But without no further ado, I'm going to keep the budget right there. We've currently got $69,000 left. Unlike with my initial $200,000 budget, I'm not going to go ahead and blow my load straight. Phrasing. I'm not going to go ahead and blow my budget all in one go like I did with the initial 200 grand. So I'm going to go ahead and keep the 69 grand and just keep building it up to decide who I want to buy in the next episode. You know, I don't have to spend it all in one place. And so yeah, there's the current budget, there's the new ratings and like goals, and there is who I'm going to buy at the start of episode 2. So without any more further ado, I introduce you to episode 2 of my AEW Dynamite. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to AEW Dynamite, where on this edition we are kicking things off with the AEW Women's Champion, that woman right there, Hikaru Shida, who has promised the AEW fans that she has a very special announcement here tonight, and it's going to be interesting to find out what that announcement is. And there is certainly no doubt about it, I mean every single word of what I'm about to say. Hikaru Shida is one of the very best women's wrestlers to ever lace up a pair of boots, and certainly right now, if not the best, one of top 5 in the world women's wrestlers, and maybe wrestlers period. She is incredibly talented, she's had a great title reign so far, but some out there, some critics and maybe just some fans of Hikaru Shida think that maybe she could have done more as champion, and maybe she's out here to prove right now that she can be more of a champion. And so it'll be interesting to see how she goes about things heading into Double or Nothing. Just in case you forgot, I am Hikaru Shida and I am your AEW Women's World Champion. I really hope in this new era of AEW Dynamite I will have a chance to show exactly why I am the best, and so at Double or Nothing I will be defending my title, but the question is, against who? I'm honestly not sure, but... hang on just a minute, Shida. You're talking about challenges to your championship. Look no further than the role model, the dentist herself, Britt Baker, DMD. She's coming out here to confront the champion to open up Dynamite. And you want to talk about talented female wrestlers across the globe? Look no further than Britt Baker, baby. I'm the only other woman on the freaking roster right now. What do you mean you don't know who is challenging for that title? But in case it wasn't obvious enough, it's me, Shida. I'm your only option, and I'll play spoiler right now, because when our match is done at Double or Nothing, the announcer is going to say loud and proud that Britt Baker, DMD, the role model of AEW, is your new AEW Women's Champion. Oh my goodness me, wait a minute. It's Riho! Riho has returned to AEW Dynamite at long last. And let me just say, it is fantastic to see the inaugural AEW Women's Champion back in action here on Dynamite. I'm back and it couldn't happen any sooner, but first of all, it is so great to see everyone here in the crowd. Oh, give me a break. Stop kissing their asses. These people will turn on you before you know it, Riho. I don't think so, Britt, but what I do know is that I want to enter my name in the hat to challenge you, Hikaru, at Double or Nothing. No. What? This was my title match. You snooze, you lose. Maybe you should have gotten the earlier flight back from Japan, but in case you missed the memo, I'm #1 contender. Britt, please do the world a favor and shut your mouth. And second of all, it's great to see you, Riho, but I have no problem in facing you both at Double or Nothing to show why I am the best women's wrestler in AEW. Fine, hold on to that title while you still can, but tonight, I want you, Riho, in the middle of this ring. You think you can come on in here and steal my spotlight? No, you need to learn a lesson in respect for your role models. Your challenge amuses me, but I accept, Britt. And now the referee rings the bell. Here we go. Riho against Britt Baker here on Dynamite. And what a match this is going to be between two very talented women. And as Britt Baker counters that right there. And now Baker with the jawbreaker. This is a very impromptu match here to open up Dynamite. We saw the return of Riho and the first appearance on this new era of Dynamite by Britt Baker. DMD as she stamps down on the hand there. Riho, of course, returning from her Japanese exodus recently, going back home to visit family and stay safe with them. But now that we're back, Riho is back as well. And she's of course back in the title picture because you won't expect anything less from someone of her caliber. And of course the champion Hikaru Shida as well, who was out here momentarily a moment ago to announce that she's defending the title at Double or Nothing, at the Double or Nothing pay-per-view. And of course it will now be a triple threat match saying I'll take on Britt Baker and Riho for the championship on the line. And so that is certainly going to be one of the matches of the year, no doubt. It is an early favorite as Riho here with the head scissors to Britt Baker, DMD. And did you know, by the way, that Britt Baker is a dentist? I don't know if anyone's ever heard. And now Riho slamming her head into the mat. Whether you want to joke about Britt Baker saying she's a dentist all the time or not, there's no doubt. She's a narcissist, but she's a damn talented narcissist, and she arguably has a reason to be always gloating and saying that she is one of the very best, but Riho has all that reasoning as well. And look at this, she's blowing a kiss to Riho. Riho went for that roundhouse right there, and Britt Baker with the clothesline straight knocking her out. And now just look at this, the knee in the corner. But speaking of the aforementioned women's world champion, AEW women's champion Hikaru Shida, she is now headed to the top of ringside at the announce table to watch this match on right here, getting an early look at the two people who will try and come for her title at DON as Britt Baker slams down Riho. And now Britt Baker into the first clue of this matchup here, but Riho with an early kick out. And you know, after everything Riho's been through, I mean, she's had a long break. Yeah, on one hand you can argue that she's got a little bit of ring rust, but at the same time she's fresh. She has not been in action in AEW for months now, and so it'll be interesting to see how she performs against someone like Britt Baker here. The spinning neck breaker, by the way. And now take a look at this, Britt Baker, DMD lining up Riho for something big here. Hang on a second, she super kicks it. Oh, wait a second, this little last shot by DMD. Shout out to a certain someone, Britt Baker with the last shot into the cover on Riho, but she kicks out at 2.5, baby. Britt Baker unable to get it done against Riho with that maneuver right there, but saying, come on Riho, is that all you got? I'm bigger than you, I'm better than you, and you know it. Not to steal something from Maxwell Jacob Friedman, but now Riho, hang on a second here, Riho with the belly to belly suplex slamming down Britt Baker, and now Riho slamming down with that spinning leg drop there, almost like a RVD-esque maneuver. Now Riho bouncing Britt Baker off the ropes saying, hang on a second, and she got her, there it is. It's a signature move of Riho, the exploder suplex right there, but it doesn't look like Riho is done yet. She's not going for the immediate cover, and now she's going up to the second rope here. What has Riho got in mind? There's the splash. She gets absolutely all of it, and she is soaking up the love of the AEW fans who are no doubt happy to see her once again, but Britt Baker with the counter right there. DMD with the hit straight to the back, and now the backstabber as well. And look at this, once again, as I said, Britt Baker always finding time to gloat in her matches. And I will say one thing about this AEW roster reset, it is going to be very exciting to see the build-up of the women's division. We've already started with 3 incredibly talented wrestlers here. It'll be interesting to see where it goes past Double or Nothing and whoever the champion is. But Riho looking like she has championship aspirations right here. She has looked incredible in this matchup. And now Riho, what is she thinking here? The belly to belly again. And now look at this, Riho saying, get up Britt Baker, your time has come. Wait a second, she's going to go for that pump handle. I think she connects with it. Riho got all of it. Riho got that picture perfect pump handle to Britt Baker. And now Riho here into the cover on Britt Baker, ahead of Double or Nothing with a champion watching on, and Riho picks up a win in her return to Dynamite. Take nothing away from Britt Baker, DMD. She did her damn thing in that match, but unfortunately that move right there, the last shot, we thought it was all over right there, but it just wasn't. Riho kicking out, showing the resilience of a fighting champion in her own right, and she ends up picking up the dub here to open up the show. And if you're Hikaru's Shida, you've got to be watching on, very interesting and very intrigued at this woman right here and what she could mean at Double or Nothing for your championship. You better watch out, Hikaru, because Riho is coming. Let me ask you this, Max. If I beat the piss out of some weaselly bastard until he can't walk anymore for disrespecting my wife, will I be punished for that? The answer is no, because no one around here likes you. First of all, don't call me Max, it's Maxwell, to the likes of you. Second of all, you think you intimidate me? Because you don't. This isn't a popularity contest. I don't take back anything I said last week to Renee, because it was the truth, and I'm definitely not going to be scared by her lunatic average champion husband. I'm not going to ask you again. What do you plan on doing about it? Oh, wait a second, now here we go. Oh my god, Moxley with the right hand straight to MJF, and oh my goodness me, slamming him down in the locker room right here. This brawl is broken up between these two heated competitors after the words that MJF said to Renee Paquette a week ago, and oh my goodness me, Moxley has him hooked already. Paradigm shift in the locker room to MJF. Now, if you want to go ahead and make any more dumbass remarks before our match tonight, then you go ahead, but I'll tell you this, Maxie, it's not going to end well for you. See you out there. And here comes the best bout machine, Kenny Omega, who will be in action next here on AEW Dynamite. And after his match loss in the championship picture against Jon Moxley in that no-holds-barred street fight a week ago, Kenny Omega, no doubt about it, is now looking to rebuild his momentum after losing to the champion and eventually get another match against Jon Moxley somewhere down the line. But I mean, for crying out loud, he's Kenny Omega. He was formerly known as the Cleaner, the best bout machine, one of the very best wrestlers of all time, the only man, or one of the two only men, to have a 7-star match in Japan. You know that eventually, at some point, even after that loss, Kenny Omega is going to change the world again, and he will be back on top sooner than you know. Because honestly, I never really picked Kenny Omega for one of those superstars that falls into a crisis of confidence. Although if he loses tonight against this man that he'll be facing in a moment, it certainly could lead down that path, a very dark spiral for Kenny Omega. So hopefully the best bout machine can build some more momentum here on Dynamite and pick himself back up after last week's events. And well, here comes his opponent here tonight, Peter Avalon. Yay! The librarian of AEW, one of my most beloved wrestlers, one of my favorites actually, one of the most exciting in-ring technicians, the only man to ever have an 8-star match with him and Leva Bates, and a library book actually. It was a triple threat in the Tokyo Dome, and honestly it wouldn't surprise me if Peter Avalon made quick work of Kenny Omega here in 0.3 seconds. Honestly, he's just that good. He's just that good. One of the very best, in my opinion, the Ash Ketchum of AEW. It wouldn't surprise me if this man ended the year with a championship around his waist. He's just brilliant. He's the librarian, folks. He's the librarian. And now, here we go, Ref Aubrey rings the bell here on Dynamite as Kenny Omega running straight for Peter Avalon with the V-trigger already. Oh my god. Now Kenny Omega lifting up Peter Avalon. He has no idea what hit him after that V-trigger. And the one-winged angel to Peter Avalon. Ref Aubrey into the cover here. Is this already? Kenny Omega beats Peter Avalon in record time here on Dynamite. The best bout machine is back in the winning column here in the second match of the night. Oh my god. He caught Peter Avalon by surprise, to be fair to him. You can't really knock it for that. It was a V-trigger to open up the match. Omega clearly has something to prove heading forward here on Dynamite. He lost to Moxley a week ago in the no-holds-barred street fight, but perhaps Kenny Omega is here to prove that he does belong and prove that he needs another championship match, that he deserves another championship match heading forward against Moxley. But congratulations to Kenny Omega. The best bout machine, Kenny Omega, building back up his momentum after that title match loss a week ago. But a big announcement at the top of tonight's show is that the World World Tag Team Championships here in AEW are finally back, and with them being back, we will crown new champions at the pay-per-view known as Double or Nothing in a few weeks. So the first match that will be taking place next week is the Young Bucks taking on Santana and Ortiz of Proud and Powerful and the Inner Circle. And once we determine the winner of that matchup, the week after, MJF and Wardlow will take on Jurassic Express to determine who will head to Double or Nothing to fill the other side of that bracket. Oh boy, it is that time of the night. Here comes Maxwell Jacob Friedman, a pompous, honestly just a dick. Really is how I'd sum it up, and he's a little banged up after what happened earlier tonight when he was talking to Jon Moxley in the locker room area. They exchanged some words and then they exchanged some blows, and he caught a paradigm shift for his troubles, but MJF has made his way out here for this main event match against Jon Moxley here on Dynamite. And hey, say what you will about MJF's mouth, say what you will about his attitude, if he pins Jon Moxley here tonight, this could be no doubt about it, actually the biggest win of this young man's career. Pinning the AEW World Champion, that would be huge. But with that being said, it is Jon Moxley, and he is the AEW World Champion, and with how fired up that man is after the paradigm shift in the locker room area and with the words that MJF said to his wife Renee Paquette a week ago, you know Jon Moxley ain't playing around in this one. There is no love lost between him and Maxwell Jacob Friedman, I'll tell you that for free. But I mean, to play devil's advocate, MJF, no doubt about it, say what you will about his attitude, he is one of the very best rising stars in AEW today, and he had a great showing a week ago with Wardlow in that tag match against the Young Bucks, so you never know what could happen. Anything could happen on AEW, as no one says really, but anything could happen on this show. You just never know when it comes to MJF. Like I've said before, it is only a matter of time before that young man has a title around his waist. The question is, will it come at the expense of this man right here? And there he is, Jon Moxley, the AEW World Champion. And as Moxley charges towards the ring here, I mentioned a moment ago, this is the main event match, but still to come here on Dynamite, we'll be hearing from none other than Cody Rhodes about his special announcement as we advertised last week. So it'll be interesting to see what Cody has to say for himself in our main event. It must be a big announcement, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. But right now, we are focused on MJF and Jon Moxley colliding here in the main event match. Moxley gears up and so does MJF as Ref Aubrey rings the bell here. The title isn't on the line, but it is personal as ever between these two men, and MJF with a hit straight to the gut there of Jon Moxley goes for the knee, doesn't quite connect with it, and these men in the collar and elbow. But yeah, sorry, I'm a little flustered. It has been quite the night here on Dynamite. A lot is going on, but as I said a moment ago, looking at my notes here, Cody will be in the main event to make a special announcement as we talked about on last week's show. And so what is Cody going to announce? What is Cody going to say? I don't know. It's his first appearance of the new era. I am very excited to hear from Cody Rhodes later tonight, but right now it's about MJF and Moxley. And Moxley went for a crossbody right there. We don't see him go for that too much, and it didn't quite connect. But now MJF here going for something. What's he going for? A suit? Oh, never mind, a face buster right there, almost like a Falcon's arrow. In fact, I think that may have been a Falcon's arrow, but now MJF. Oh, wait a second, countered there by Moxley, and you know his hits, his right hand hit harder than the rest. But Moxley gets countered there by MJF in a big knee as Wardlow is lapping up at ringside. Now Maxwell Jacob Friedman with another right hand as well. No doubt about it, this kid, he's cocky, he's arrogant, but he is damn good in the middle of a squared circle. And now MJF, wait a second, he's going for something here, lifts Moxley up for the reverse suplex. We saw that a week ago, Moxley getting a little bit of his own medicine, by the way. Moxley delivering that exact same suplex off the top rope backwards to Kenny Omega on top of a ladder in that No Holds Barred Street Fight Championship match a week ago. Of course, going on to retain the championship after that maneuver and a paradigm shift. And speaking of paradigm shift, that man right there that just took that suplex felt a paradigm shift earlier tonight in the locker room. I mean, it's one thing to go on about how good MJF is, but you can't deny that his mouth, it really gets him in some sticky situations sometimes. And I think at some point this kid, he's just got to really knuckle down and just focus on his craft instead of being such an arrogant son of a bitch sometimes. I mean, Jesus. And Moxley is definitely out here to teach this young man a lesson now in respect. But wait a second, he's going for another suplex straight from the outside of the apron. And as Moxley, look at these right hands right here to the head of MJF. May I remind you that this episode of AEW Dynamite is brought to you by the subscribe button. time, click the subscribe button now and turn on post notifications so you never miss an episode of the series. But moving back to this match right here, MJF is not doing so hot right now. Moxley, the champion, has been in control, at least thus far in the matchup, but things could change in a heartbeat. Wait a second, hey, there it is, MJF with the counter. Oh, wait a second, look at Moxley, wacky lie, the rebound lariat connect, and now hang on a second, Moxley is looking for the paradigm shift. Things may be over before they begin. Oh, wait a second, MJF with the counter to the paradigm shift, and now MJF, wait a second, goes for the chop. It's countered by Moxley, and now MJF with a counter of his own here. Now look at these strikes from this young kid, from MJF, he's better than you, and he knows it, and he may just prove it if he can pin the champion here. Now wrenching down on Moxley's neck on the second row, and now he's dragging Moxley into that position right here. Is he about to go for that swanton bomb that we've seen MJF go for before? Hang on a second here, I think we may be about to see it. There's the swanton bomb to Moxley, and now MJF straight into the cover here. Ref Aubrey counts. Is he about to pin the champion here on Dynamite? No, a kick out by Moxley in this main event match as Wardlow watches on. Look at this, MJF, of course, I'm better than you, and you know it, and he's saying he's going to put away Moxley right here, right now. But the question is about to, oh, what a counter there by John Moxley, and now Moxley going for something here, the Russian leg sweep, vintage Mox, and now Moxley looking at MJF's face, looking at a target right there, and just kicking him straight to the face, straight to the chest, excuse me. Either way, it's effective and it does the job. But now Moxley rolls him through for the snapmare and an elbow straight to the back of the head. Now wait a second, MJF managed to move out of the way of the kick, and he delivers a huge blow straight to the face of John Moxley. And now, oh, another counter there by Moxley, another counter by the champion, and he gets caught with an enziguri. MJF had it scouted this time, and there's no doubt about the ring IQ of MJF is growing by the week. And now MJF, what's he thinking here? He has Moxley where he wants him, going for a suplex of some sort, and just leaves him hanging him out to dry. And look at this, MJF is building momentum in this one right here. Here we go from MJF, the clothesline and the consecutive clothesline as well. Ducks underneath of clothesline of Moxley, and a clothesline connects again, this time of the jumping variation, and MJF has the champion exactly where he wants him right now. But the question is, can he capitalize on this situation? Oh no, he can't. Nice counter there by John Moxley, and now Moxley, wait a second, got him hooked for the paradigm shift. What an incredible counter by Moxley into the paradigm shift, the same move that beat Omega a week ago. No, a kick out by MJF, and Moxley cannot believe it. Oh my goodness me, and look at that, Moxley can't believe it, but he's saying, come on kid, if you want to bring it, then I'll bring it. I'll put you in your tombstone, I'll put you in your grave right here, right now, for the things you said about my wife. And now Moxley with the clothesline, and the rain, it's raining down with the strikes, and Moxley is feeling it right here as MJF gets back up to his feet here on Dynamite. Here we go, he's got him hooked for something. Oh wait a second, he's going for that fisherman suplex, and he connects flush. And now Moxley into the cover on MJF here. Is this about to be it against MJF? No, the world champion does not pick up the win just yet. And now Moxley, oh god, they hit straight to the exposed wound of Maxwell Jacob Friedman. But wait a second, a counter there by MJF, a counter by Moxley, nicely done there. And now look at this, Moxley hates this man, he absolutely hates him, and slamming down that exposed wound straight into the turnbuckle. Oh my god, you feel every single hit from Mox. Now Moxley here going for something. Wait a second, a counter by MJF, nice move right there, and MJF managing to counter the champion. And wait a second, he catches the champion in that cradle right there. He caught Moxley, and wait a second, MJF got him. He just pinned the champion just like that, and MJF has pinned John Moxley, the AEW World Champion. What the hell? Oh my goodness me, that is one of the most shocking things I have ever seen on Dynamite. I thought it was a formality that Moxley had him exactly where he wanted him, and just like that, this weasel, as Moxley called him, has pulled out a win over the champion with the help of Wardlow, and MJF has just successfully pinned the champion. My goodness. And here we go, it is time for the American Nightmare Cody in the main event of Dynamite with a very special announcement, he tells us, and it'll be interesting to see what Cody has to say now. There's no doubt about it, this is going to be a major announcement, and it's going to be big. I can't wait to hear what Cody has to say. An already incredibly successful wrestling career with still many more years to go in his prime. But the question is, in this new post-era of Dynamite, in this new roster reset, what is next for Cody Rhodes? What does he have to announce? We're about to find out. Ladies and gentlemen, in this ever-changing AEW landscape, if there is one thing I feel it important that we should be focusing on, it's the future of this company and the future of professional wrestling. And so I got to thinking, how could I invest in the future of AEW? What would be the best way to do that? And so I had some talks with everyone in the back, the other EVPs, the Khan family, etc. And I have come to a decision. Heading into the all-out pay-per-view in the summer, AEW will hold a very special tournament called the AEW Combine. It'll be a 16 wrestler tournament full of independent and up-and-coming talented wrestlers with great potential, and the winner will receive a contract and join the AEW roster with the finals taking place at All Out in August. Now, as far as I go, I will personally be overseeing this tournament all the way from the beginning to the end, and I promise you when I say some of these guys are gonna blow you away. I can't wait for you guys to see this one. The first round, though, of this tournament will be taking place next week, and subsequent rounds will be taking place on AEW Dark, Double or Nothing, and future episodes of Dynamite to see who will go from undesirable to undeniable.